Hello. Due to popular demand, I'm going to make me curry. Well, this is a chicken curry. I make them all slightly different. Here's the ingredients. I hope you've got a good memory or a pen. Chopped tomatoes, salt, sugar, corn oil, much better than vegetable oil, but you can use vegetable oil. That is Jamaican curry powder, fennel seeds, garam masala, coriander seeds, mild madras curry powder, cumin seeds, ginger powder, tandoori masala powder, garlic powder, fresh cream, butter, chilies. Normally use 10 little ones, but I've put a mixed bag in here. Onions, monosodium glutamate, that's flavour enhancer. Yeah, and a big pan. I'm going to make a chicken keema actually, because I bought some lamb mince to make some kebabs with, but I got a bit extra so I could stick some in this curry. So I'm going to teach you how to make it, because it's not easy, but well, it kind of is to me, like, but this is why they taste how they taste, because a lot of love and a lot of technical stuff goes into them. So here you go. I'll crack on in a minute. Right, these monster pans, they're from Asda, they're about £8. They've got a lid, and that's what I use. If you're just using your biggest pan out of a normal set, you got no chance. You're going to have to cut down on all these ingredients and stuff. This will make probably 8 curries, 8 to 10. So you kind of need a big pan. Right, so first, corn oil. I've put about a quarter of this bottle in the pan. So that's 1/4 of a litre or so. I'm going to turn it onto its lowest heat. And what we need to stick in this initially is chilies, seeds and onions. So I'm going to get chopping them and stop filming for a sec. Right, I chopped onions up. Really depends. You know, you can have thick onions in your curry. You can chop them up really fine so you hardly see any at all. So, you know, you just chop them up at your own preference. Chopped up this chilies. All I've done is chop the heads off them and then cut them just in circles, that's it. Just chopped them straight. They all go in. This will make about a medium curry. But from start to finish I control the heat of this curry. That's the way I want it. That's why I buy mild madras curry powder and not hot madras curry powder or anything medium, because I want to control how hot my curry is. I want to control everything about it. I'll just knock them in. Now seeds, got the coriander seeds here. Hold down here. Okay. Good. Good sprinkling of them. Fennel seeds, hardly any. Just want to have the odd taste of fennel every now and again. Cumin seeds, don't put too many in, and don't put cumin powder in. Just kills a curry, does cumin. It's horrible. People put cumin in everything. Every time you see these chefs cumin this, cumin that. It just flipping destroys it. The whole thing just tastes of bleeding cumin. So cumin seeds, not cumin powder. And what you do is, you put lid on, and you keep that on the lowest heat. You do not turn that up at all. You come back every 2 or 3 minutes to check it. We're not doing anything else with it until the onions start getting soft. If you don't let the onions get soft, you're going to spend longer cooking them than you do the bleeding chicken. So this is stage 1, lowest heat, no salt, no powder, no nothing. I'm going to come back to it in 2 minutes. Right, still just slowly frying these onions. I stuck a couple of bay leaves in. Don't always, but there you go. Give them a bit of a turn. No matter what you do, don't be tempted to turn it up. Everything else is fairly straightforward, but you have to be disciplined with this. Low heat. Right, these are blanched enough. So, what goes in next? Is half a can of tomatoes, maximum. You don't want it to taste too tomatoey, or it's wrecked. If it tastes too much of anything, it's wrecked, to be perfectly honest. So then, I've got a normal mug of water. That goes in. The chicken will create a lot of its own juice. Turn the heat up to medium, halfway, just so it starts bubbling. And every time it starts bubbling, it's back down at lowest heat again. Right, I mean, half of this is bubbling and half of it in, you know, I mean when it's proper bubbling. 2 secs, I'll get the chicken. Right, I've chucked whatever chicken you want to use. I've used boneless chopped up chicken thighs, because that's the best flavour chicken that there is, basically. It's the most chickeny chicken. So chicken breast is nice, a bit boring, but I'd still use it, you know, any part in a storm. So you want at least 1 kilo and a maximum of 1.5 kilos for what I'm doing. I put about 1.2 kilos of chicken in there and about 1/4 kilo, maybe 1/3 kilo of lamb mince. So, and before I even touched this spoon again, I went straight and washed my hands, of course. You don't be touching any raw meat and then start fannying around with your spoon. So what we need now is to quite heavily salt this. Salt, even though there's all these ingredients, if your curry seems like it's got something missing, it's always salt. There's a lot of salt in curries. You can make them, you can make it too salty and then it's knacked. You can make it not salty enough, and like I say, it'll taste like there's something missing. So I put enough salt, like I don't deal in teaspoons and things like that, me, if I can help it, because I just get a feel for what I'm doing. And say you've got a bag of chips from Chippy and you want to put salt on it, you like them pretty salty. That's like enough salt for about 3 bags of chips that I've just put in here now. You can put salt in, but you can't take it out, so don't get excited. But it does need quite a lot. Don't be shy with it. So, now, you'll want about a tablespoon or so of garlic powder. You got a teaspoon ginger powder. This tandoori masala powder. About a tablespoon of that. Heaped. Mild madras. About two heaped tablespoons of that. Although I'm just chucking it in, I'm just telling you thereabouts. Garam masala. About 1 heaped tablespoon of that. Ingredient X, even though this is a Pakistani curry, this Jamaican curry powder, just a couple of teaspoons, because you don't want it to taste like a Jamaican curry, but it just adds this kind of just a difference to it. I don't know, kind of a creaminess to it. Just makes it less harsh. It just gives it that bit of a difference. So I'm stirring that in. Trying to film at the same time. I could do it all in pan here, but I can't. I think my trusty helper's deserted me now. I think she's fed up of these videos. She just sits and waits for food. Right, now this flavour enhancer, monosodium glutamate. This is good for quite a lot of foods, mainly fried rice, which I'm going to teach you how to make, so it tastes just like the takeaway, because they put this in it. They don't tell you, they're lying. They put this in fried rice. That's why you can never replicate it at home. So, and about a good teaspoon of that in with this curry. That's looking mighty fine already. Just going to dig down. Instead of stirring it, really. Oh, get off. Get off! Bloody hell. Can't get rid of chicken here. Instead of stirring it, you really want to scrape it off the bottom. Now, the next thing we need to add is sugar. And sugar and cream is definitely the best thing for counteracting the salt, especially if you put too much salt in. So we're going to put about 2 heaped teaspoons of sugar in there. It balances it out, gives it a sweet flavour. Now, so far we haven't put any butter and cream in, and we're not. You know, we simply want this chicken to cook. You've got to bear in mind as well, chicken cooks, little pieces of chicken like this, you know, they cook in about 20 minutes. So don't mess about. Chucking lid on it, simmering it for an hour, then simmering it with lid off after an hour and a half. Chicken's buggered then, finished. It's crap. Don't overcook the chicken or the lamb. I mean, you can even eat lamb rare, never mind little bits of mince. So don't overcook nothing. And the reason why I'm telling you that this curry is different to others is there's different heats. There's different times I turn it high and low. There's different amounts of powders I put in for lamb curry, lamb on bone or chunks of lamb. There's differences. If you made a vegetable curry, you put much less stuff in it. It's much more delicate than this. Whereas the lamb or dark meat's more sledgehammer than this. So, you know, this predominantly I put most, if not all, of these ingredients in any curry I do, but the heat goes up and down at different times, except the first stage, stage 1, always on the lowest heat, and then you know you make your curries from there. You can see I only put a cup of water in, but there's a lot of liquid here. So don't ever overcook your chicken thinking that oh, it's not thick enough yet, I need to reduce it, you know, stuff like that. You can't cock that up or your chicken's rubbish. Right, I've washed this coriander, and what I normally do is normally chop these off here and throw them away. I take lackey band off, and then I'm going to chop these big bits of stem into little bits, like tiny little chopped chives, but I need 2 hands to do that, so I'm going to pause it. Come on, can't pause the bugger. There you go, look. Just chopped, like tiny chopped chives. Chop them as small as you possibly can. About an handful. Like that. Chuck them in. Not the leaves, the stalks. Leaves are going to go in later. This is boiling away really nice. I don't want any of the gravy to go nanites, so I'm turning it back down to the lowest heat possible, and I'm going to leave it. After 5 minutes I'll stir it. After 5 minutes I'll stir it again. Well, scrape from the bottom rather than stirring. Just make sure it ain't sticking, that's all you need to do. So I'll be back 3 lots of 5 minutes or so. See you later. It's been about 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes or 3 or so. I want to control the liquid. I want the stuff to cook. So I don't want the liquid to disappear. Just pull everything from bottom to top. Spread it out. If you've done what I've said and it's on the lowest heat, it won't stick anyway, you know, at the moment. Just don't get rid of that liquid. Lid back on, another 5 minutes. And obviously don't start tasting out until chicken's cooked. Safety first, says Gemma. Coronavirus is bad enough without having chicken poisoning, you know what I mean? So don't taste nothing till I tell you. Right, back to this curry for the 3rd time. The chicken will have got smaller, and the gravy that'll have got bigger, or more of it should I say. So at this stage, chicken's nearly cooked. I've got some butter here, 1/4 of a block. In it goes. 1/4 of a tub of cream. I choose this Elmley because Elmley is really long lasting cream. If you put ordinary fresh cream in, sometimes when your curry's in fridge, the cream might actually go off before the curry. So don't worry if the sauce is thin at this moment. Don't taste it at this moment. Just let it have another 5 minutes. I'll let some steam off. There's quite a lot of liquid in this. So I'm going to leave the lid off. 5 minutes. Right, back again. Now, the chicken will be cooked. Reduced it a bit, but never ever reduce it to the detriment of the meat. The meat is the king thing in here. So never ever overcook your meat to reduce it. I'm going to show you what I do in a minute anyway. I'll have a taste of it. Nice. Right. I'm going to put another heaped tablespoon tandoori. I'm going to put another heaped tablespoon garam masala. Hang on a sec. Right, I'm going to put another heaped tablespoon curry powder. I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to taste it again. Definitely don't need any more salt. Don't need any more of the other ingredients. If it tastes slightly weak, really, you know, you just need to put the curry powder and garam masala in, really. Just till it tastes, you know, to your liking. Doesn't matter how thin it is. Laughing. Right, so it tastes how I want it to taste. But it don't look quite how I want it to look. And with any stews, curries, don't matter what it is, the best thing you can do, or the thing I find the best to do, to thicken it up, is some of this. You might not believe it, don't care, this is what you do. You sprinkle it in. Just to let a thin layer all over. And then you stir it. Stir it in. You have to give it a bit of a chance to work. Obviously, it shouldn't turn into mash. You just sprinkle it in. Smells easier than pissing around with corn flour and messing about like that. Just put instant mash in. It's getting nice and thick, that. Getting very nice and thick is that. I'm gonna do the same again. Just a dusting. Just a dusting, that's it. Till it's right. It's rich. It's got keema. It's gorgeous. It's just got the perfect medium heat that I were after. You know, the medium kick. Try it again. Give it a blow. Spot on is that.